think you've given me crabs, babe.
We are 2/5 of Dead in Town. I'm Steve.
I'm Mike. I'm black. No, I'm White Mike. The other guy's Black Mike. I'm
Yeah.
White Mike.
Yeah. We just like playing our music. We all bring something different. Like, I'm from an indie sort of punk background. You're from
Heavy metal, more traditional sort of metal, like Motorhead. Yeah. Tom, our clean singer and guitarist, he comes from a bluesy acoustic band, and he's from down south as well, so he sounds real different to us.
Southern.
Yeah, he's from Leicestershire. No, he's not. He's from Barney. He lives in that. He used to live in Leicestershire. It's all anywhere south of Sheffield. It's the fucking south, all right. There's Mikey, who comes from like Lamb of God, Oracles, kind of like background, and then there's Chief, who comes from Dagon.
We're big believers in putting on a live performance. Like, we don't like to just stand there and showgaze. We like to jump about, don't we?
Yeah, we like to get moving, but then we also don't like to go to the other extreme, which is I'm just gonna smash my shit. Yeah, and just air people. You know what I mean? Because nobody goes to a gig with the intention of getting smashed in the face or whatever by a guitar. I mean, it's happened to me at Baby Godzilla gig. It was an accident. It was great fun, but nobody goes. I mean, especially if it's somebody doesn't deserve it, or not asking for it, or stood near the back or whatever. So we stay in the middle of that, and we put on a good stage show, a safe stage show, let's say, without killing people or just watching our shoes. As pretty as they are.
We're shortly to release an EP, aren't we?
Yes, we are. The Road to Nowhere EP, because it feels like it was a friggin' road to nowhere when we were writing. But then all of a sudden, genius struck.
Just like that.
In the middle of Asda.
In the middle of Asda. Yeah. That's where we got the name.
Yeah, because we were just walking around, we couldn't think of one. We'd been to the pub and we was a bit half cut. And we were walking around and I said, oh look, it's the Smart Price EP. It's the Rollback EP. Oh, the Chosen by You Ravioli EP. And we just couldn't get a friggin' name, so we settled on that because it was a friggin' road to nowhere. And we also want to go touring at the end of summer. So if anybody knows someone with a van that would be willing to drive us round for a modest fee, it's needs to have space for 6 people and also enough room for quite a lot of gear in the back, because that's our biggest problem at the minute, is transport.
Every other band. I like everything.
I think if you can't find at least something positive in another band, then there's something wrong with you. You're not a fucking musician, because everybody does something well, regardless of what they're playing or what they're doing. Even if it's just a small section of a song, everybody does something well. And if you can't draw influence from music as a whole, or life as a whole, then you're doing it wrong. Because there's so much out there. I mean, for every 10 good bands you listen to, there's 1,000 that you aren't heard. You know, and we draw influence from everybody, don't we?
Yeah.
There's a lot of great bands in our local scene. I mean, there's bands like Gratitude, 13.
We Are Carnivores.
We Are Carnivores, yeah. Beneath the Darkness, people like that. There's a lot of great bands, Dead City Streets, and we listen to all that stuff, and it helps us, it inspires us. I mean, when you watch another band live, and you think, oh, it makes me want to go home and get on my bass and start fiddling with the bass line. I bet it's the same for you, isn't it?
Yeah. But guitar.
Yeah. One of them fiddly twangly instruments, not a real hand instrument.
I think the scene at the moment is really good. I mean, there's a lot of bands wanting to play the industry sesh. It's in August.
We're lucky in Hull because we're getting three big events every year now. I mean, we've got Springboard Festival in Cottingham, and I played that last year with an old band of mine, Solace of Arcade. and that's the best gig I've ever played. There must have been 400 people in the building, and it was the fucking bomb. Whoever organises that, you know, I don't know actually.
It's nice to see everyone come together and
yeah, it really
do
is.
something that works.
Because we were like a deathcore, well, we were some extreme deathcore. We were on after like a Nickelbacky band, and we expected to clear the building, but we didn't. More people came in, and I couldn't believe it. And we got a cheer after a fest, and I thought, you know. But then we've got Sunkfest as well, which is run by Chunk. If anybody knows Chunk, Chunk is the guy who runs it. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. And that's great as well. I'm doing sound at that this year with Dan Bunting. And we've got Umber Street Sesh as well, and that's a great gig.
That went down really well. It's great! That went down really well last year. I really enjoyed it. And that was arsehole.
We're trying to get on
plenty
that
of beer.
Year, so everybody vote for us, and we might give you a cuddle. I'll give you a bear up and crack you back and make you feel good.
I just like good one. I just like to sit around, not doing much. I've got kids.
It's pikey.
I'm a pikey, that's why I'm wearing my hat.
You got a nag in your yard, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm a nag.
Go rag and burning every other Tuesday and Thursday.
I ride a motorbike. That's one of my favourite hobbies because it's fun and it's fast, and when you get the wind in your helmet, it's great. I do a lot of painting. As gay as it's going to sound, I paint models because a lot of my life is quite noisy because of the band and the people hang around with and stuff like that. And I like to get quiet every now and again, and I like some quiet time. And painting models is great because it helps your concentration, it helps your dexterity with your hands and things like that. And if you've seen some of my work, you know I'm good at it.
It's pretty good.
Cheers.
No worries.
So yeah, I do stuff like that, and when we're all musicians, so obviously music, playing, listening is a big part of our lives as well.
God. The new Gallows album, the newest one. I bought Travis the other day, that acoustic Scottish band. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Not bad, that's
maybe another band from the 90s, I don't know. I just hope I don't die.
I'd take Trojan Horse by Pastel Jack, that one's just. As good as that album was, it's not the best one I've ever read, but that was a good album. And they're not together anymore, the bastards. I used to like Pastel Jack. I bought 2 of your friggin' t-shirts. In fact, I ran a half marathon in one of your t-shirts, and you fucking split up, you bastards.
You bought me one for Christmas as well.
And I bought her one for Christmas, yeah, and stuck it on a sex doll that I bought for her, because she wasn't getting none at the time, so I bought her a bloke boyfriend. I'm a good friend, mate.
The best.
Yeah, the best kind of friend. I'd take You Can't Teach an Old Dog New Tricks by C16. It's a brilliant album.
When he dies, I'm going to take over.
C16, yeah.
I can.
Are you going to be not so C16 or car 16?
Car 16.
I am quite travel sick, so yeah, car 16.
Oh, I'm not sitting next to you in the band then.
I will.
No. I don't want to sit next to you anyway, I don't like it. That's why I'm sitting as a gap in between.
There is.
Yeah, I'd take Sunburn by Fuel, who are a little known American band. The stuff they're releasing now is crap, but their older stuff from like early 2000s, it's really, really good. I recommend listening to that album. It sounds like early Foo Fighters, which is real gritty and raw. And also Kiss of Death by Motorhead, which is a very heavy, dirty album and my favourite by them. That's what I'd take.